This is an MG update of my 1952 or 54 MG TD that's actually a Volkswagen. So I'm just going to run through the car of a few updates and additions I've made. First here is actually this hood ornament. This car did not come with a hood ornament, and normally right here there would be either the MG logo or a Fiberfab logo, which is the company that made all the body panels. I decided to put neither one of those on my car, and I decided to make my own JP logo for my initials. So this bracket is just metal cut, and I pretty much spray painted it black and then added the J and the P on the front. So that's pretty much all the additions up at the front. The chrome look is still going awesome, so I'm keeping that as of now. Moving on further into the car, I've updated the interior a little bit. We had an old wooden panel that sat below the dash a little bit. I actually changed that to a metal one. So this metal panel here that's black, that's all new, and all these switches are hooked up to something different. If you look at the MG episode of Burnout, you can see that we actually have interior lights in this thing. We still have interior lights, and there's a push button start actually. So that's a neat feature as well. And then of course you need a phone charger, and I actually added a phone holder as well with this clamp here. So like I said, some additions to the new dash. I had to wire it up in the front there, but it wasn't that hard. The next feature that you may not be able to see from the outside of the car, but certainly on the inside, is actually my door latch. This thing right here is like a normal house latch for a door, and this is quite literally how the door stays shut. So that's how you open the door, and then that is indeed how the door stays closed, even when you're driving on the highway. So it's inexpensive, cheap little fix. I also added actually some sick light system. This actually is a light strip, and that goes all throughout the interior of the car, as well as underneath the car. So at night, actually, that's mainly when it's best. You can flick it to a certain color or something. I have a remote, you can change the color or make it go to music, and it will pretty much just blink or stay all one solid color. And like I said, it gets interior color, and then it also gives you the outskirts of the car, so that's pretty neat as well. It took about 2 hours to install, but definitely worth my time. And then back here, the last thing I definitely have new is the license plate bracket. Once again, if you watch the episode, you'll notice that our license plate did almost fall off on the highway, and it was saved by the wiring that was attached. So we zip tied it on for the trip. However, I've since ordered a new chrome bracket and hooked it up. So the wiring's all messed up. I haven't hooked up the wiring to the light, but I don't drive the car at night that much anyways, so I'm keeping it like that for now. As of a few things I'm missing a spare tire still. I'm actually waiting to see if I can get a cool rim one of these days, or if I buy new rims for the whole car, I'll probably buy a fifth and then go with the spare. But other than that, we also actually missing cup holders, and so I bought these cheap ones to go over the center console like this within the car and have the center column run through. But as of now, I've yet to try to install it and don't know if it will work, so well worth my investment, clearly. But yeah, other than that, it's very reliable still, drives down the road nice, and still gets just as many heads turning. So that's an update of my 1952 MG TD from Burnout.